Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hopefully you are doing good out there, man. What's up? Welcome back. We're here with the top 10 subliminal messages in Disney movies. Now, I've heard about this for some time, that Disney does some pretty random stuff. Not random, but, you know, bad stuff in their movies. They kind of put subliminal stuff out there for little kids and whatnot. So I want to see what's happening in this video, what they're exposing that happened in these Disney movies, man. Let's go ahead and tap into here and see what they're talking about.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm back, it's Landon. Welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. And I'm just so glad to be back right now. Let me start off asking you guys, what is your favorite Disney character? Let me know in the comment section below. I've been reading the comment section. If you guys want more of me, check out my vlog channel right here. I've been doing daily vlog videos. So if you guys want to check out my personal life, check out right here. Also behind the scenes of top 10. And you guys can meet other people in my life as well. I'll make sure to put the link in the description below. Okay, so enough of all that. Let's get right into it. This is the top 10.
You can't hate the hustle, man.
Subliminal messages found in Disney movies, and some of them might actually shock you. So shocking us in at the number 10 spot, we have good teenagers, take off your clothes, and that was a phrase said in the popular movie Aladdin. What? So in the scene Aladdin, the magic carpet flapped to Jasmine's balcony, only to find Jasmine's tiger Raja was up there. You can hear a little subtle voice in the background that supposedly says, good teenagers, take off your clothes. In order to hear this, you actually have to turn up your TV really loud. Disney released a statement saying, in the movie Aladdin, it doesn't actually say that. What? What are you guys hearing? It actually says, come on good kitty, take off and go. The rumor started in 1993 when Aladdin was released to VHS. And at the number 9 spot, the word—
Alright, what do you guys think, man? Is that just a misunderstanding? Did people hear that wrong? Or did they hear it correctly and this is Disney just covering their tracks? That one's a little hard to tell, but I would figure with the technology we have today, maybe people can go in there and maybe separate the audio tracks and find out, turn it up and actually find out what it says. I don't know. I don't know if people have done that.
Word sex is spelled out in the Lion King movie. A 4-year-old boy from New York actually spotted this image while he was watching the movie. So just around halfway through the movie, there was a cloud of dust that forms when Simba, Pumbaa, and Timon were gazing into the stars while on a cliff. If you actually watch carefully, the newly formed dust appears to spell out S-E-X.
I mean, it's pretty close. It's actually close enough to be believable, but is this one a stretch, guys? Is this one a stretch? If you look at the image over here without the letters on it, is it simply just dust blowing in the air, or did they intentionally make it so that it could spell out that word, man? You know, with some of the things I've heard of Disney, I wouldn't put it past them, but I am also a believer that sometimes we stretch things to see what we want to see. This one's close. This one's close, man.
Of course, Disney had a rebuttal, and they said that the image actually spells S-F-X, and there's not that line on that E. It was inserted by the special effects group, so it's supposed to spell like special effects.
Okay, that, to me, that's them telling on their—
Into number 8 spot. Well, I'm talking about the—
That's them telling on themselves to me. If they would have just said, there is no letters there whatsoever, man. We just blew random dust into the sky. What you're seeing is what you want to see. That is not what we put there. But when they start saying, well, no, actually, we meant to put SFX. Okay, it's easy to make an F look like an F and not an E, brothers. Come on. Come on, man. They told on themselves, in my opinion. So
abbreviated. Things are looking up into number 8 spot. Well, I'm talking about the minister's erection in The Little Mermaid. So during Ursula's wedding scene, you can notice something protruding from the minister's pelvic region. And it looks like someone is more excited about this wedding than Ursula. Although it does look like an erection, if you look at this scene from a different angle, it's the minister's knee, and it's just badly positioned. Okay, so in at number 7, it's gonna have you questioning your eyesight, because I'm talking about the movie poster of The Lion King. So back to—
I mean, surely, I guess it could be a knee. I thought it was feet. Maybe he was just really short. If they're saying that a knee, that doesn't look like a knee. But I also don't think they'd be brazy enough to put like a big floppy Johnson hanging out at Ariel's wedding, dude. It's too obvious. That was too obvious. Nobody would have missed that if it was intended to be that.
I'm gonna have you questioning your eyesight, because I'm talking about the movie poster of The Lion King. So back in 2002, The Lion King was re-released in theaters for limited time, and this is a popular movie poster from it. At first glance, the poster seems innocent, right? It has Simba on the cover, but if you look closely, it looks like a semi-naked girl wearing what appears—
I understand, it absolutely does, but dude, can you really get around that? You can't get around that. That's literally a lion's face, man. It's a lion's face. It almost reminds me, if y'all ever seen the Bulls logo for NBA, if you flip it upside down, it looks like something else. It looks like, I think, a robot having relations with like a crab or something like that. Look that up on your own. Yeah, so certain things you can't help. This is a lion's face, but it totally looks like a chick's butt cheeks. Like, I get it.
Appears to be a thought. This is either Disney being very clever, or we just have too many people in the world with dirty minds. But now I probably just ruined your guys' childhood, because you're always gonna see that image, and I'm sorry. Okay, so The Little Mermaid makes a second appearance on this list, and they come into number 6. I mean, we're talking about the damn Little Mermaid here, and they're making this list twice. And that's because a penis appears to be on the front cover of the VHS movie. So on the cover of the VHS, it seems that one of the castle's tips resembles a penis. And because of this, the castle is often referred to as the Phallic Palace. And phallic is like another term for penis. It was reported that an angry...
Did they say that's actually the name of the palace? In the, like, this isn't a fan joking that that's the palace's name. This is actually the palace's name. Let me rewind that, man. Did he actually, if they actually named it that, I mean, the penis is undeniable, guys. It's on the screen. Yeah, there it is. If they actually name the palace that, it is, there's problems here. There's some issues.
Because of this, the castle is often referred to as the Phallic Palace. And phallic is like another term for penis. It was reported that an angry artist tried to like sneak this image in there. And this is to get revenge because he was gonna get laid off. However, on the newly released version of The Little Mermaid, you don't see this image appear on the cover. Okay, so in at the number 5 spot, we have the naked person that appeared in The Rescuers. During this scene when Bernard and Bianca are riding around the city in a sardine tin, if you pay attention, you'll notice a naked woman through a window in the background. Disney actually made this subliminal message public, and they claim that she was put into the film during the post-production. On January 8th of 1999, Disney decided to recall 3.4 million copies of the 1977 animated movie. Well, if you thought things couldn't get any more shocking, well, I'm sorry to say it does, and this next one comes in to...
Bro, okay, so to me, it's like, oh, this is funny, this is not bad, but then it's like, dude, this was meant for kids. Of course it's bad, like, that is bad stuff, right? As an adult, I find it funny seeing that, but it's like, dude, it has no place there. Like, people need to be held responsible. These are children movies, man. Bad stuff.
I'm sorry to say it does, and this next one comes in to number... We have more penis imagery, and this time in the Hercules. So after Hercules punches out the River Guardian monster, a horseshoe hits him right on the forehead, which causes him an awkward looking bump to grow out of his head. It eventually grew into a penis shape, including morphing his eyebrows into a set of testicles.
Okay. At first I was like, okay, it's a bump on the head. Then you add the eyes. I can kind of get where they're going with this one now. What are we thinking, guys? Is this a stretch? Or is this... Are they seeing what they're seeing? Let me know, man. You know, let me know.
Eyebrows into a set of testicles. Okay, this next image happens in Alice in Wonderland, and this comes into number 3. So I think we can all clearly see what this rabbit hole looks like. And I'm not sure why Disney feels the need to insert all these sexual innuendos in children.
Look like that before they...
the need to insert. And I'm not sure.
I feel like, okay, here's the regular image. It didn't look like the second image they put on the screen unless that's taken from a different point in the movie. This is the first image. It looks like a cave to me. But then it morphs to this. It did not look like that in the previous image, but maybe this looks like it's later in the movie where the rabbit is running to the hole. And now, well, we've got a whole different story on our hands with this imagery, man. Ooh. That is not a cave. That is not a cave found out in nature. I'm sorry, guys.
To insert all these sexual innuendos in children's movies. Not only is this image seen in the film, a lot of people say that Alice in Wonderland has a lot of drug references such as cocaine, speed, LSD, nitrous.
I mean, that's what the whole story is. Is it not? Is it not a drug trip? I think that's the premise of Alice in Wonderland. I think it is literally a drug trip.
Oxide, crystal meth, MDMA, marijuana, mushrooms, opium, and nicotine. I'm not really sure what's happening in this movie, but I think Alice needs some help because that woman takes a whole lot of drugs. Okay, so Mickey Mouse makes an entrance into number 2, and that's because he's caught holding a penis. This image is an internet favorite. Minnie's dress makes a subliminal penis shape in Mickey's hand, which confirms a lot of people's beliefs that Disney sexualizes their content and displays it for a vulnerable audience. Okay, so we've all made it to the moment you guys have all been waiting for.
So with this imaging, you know, they're talking about it being subliminal to put these thoughts in children's heads. Do you think that's the way these things work, guys? Do you think that if they put some art on a box cover or in a quick clip in a movie, do you think that actually plants some kind of seed in somebody's head? Perversion, you know, just I don't know. I mean, I could see it. I think it has no place there. I think 100% that Mickey one wasn't a stretch, man. That Mickey one wasn't a stretch at all. That was cut and dry, man. Cut and dry.
Made it to the moment you guys have all been waiting for. We're in at number 1. But quickly, let's recap everything we've had. We've had the Little Mermaid and all the penises. We've heard Aladdin tell teenagers to take off their clothes. We've seen the sex words in clouds, a naked woman in The Rescuers. Alice might be using a whole lot of drugs. But in at number 1, things get a whole lot worse. And we're talking about the movie The Monsters, Inc. That did really good in the movie theaters and was seen by a lot of people. So what are we talking about? Well, this graphic image, which was allegedly seen in the final scenes of The Monsters, Inc. It depicts what appears to be a children's drawing of 2 people in a compromising position. This image has been circulated all over the internet, and it's left people wondering if this image is real or if it's just a hoax. So I looked into it a little bit more, and it actually turned out that this isn't the image used in the movie. Someone photoshopped this really well and was able to like spread this rumor.
Bro,
and that's the reason why it comes into this list in at number 1, because it even fooled me. However, it was confirmed that animators working on the film created this image as a joke, so this was created by someone who worked on the movie. Disney just knows how to pick them. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Jeez, dude, I'm sorry, but if you're an adult and you work in the children's entertainment industry, none of these jokes should be going on in your head or at the freaking workplace, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, dude, I don't know, man. I just feel like there's certain professions where it's like you can't have, so that ended up saying Uncle Roger and Mommy, right? So that's obviously a joke, like, oh, mom's sleeping with uncle. Still disgusting for a kid to even partake in that, but let's say it's a real life situation and mom is sleeping with uncle. You know, there might be jokes happening in a grown-up's world about stuff like that. But when you work in a children's industry or anywhere where you're involved with children, you cannot have jokes like that. You cannot have that sense of humor. Literally, you need to be a freaking saint in my eyes, dude. There are certain professions where you clearly need to be a saint. You need to have your head on completely right. You can't be the average person with, you know, maybe a dark or a weird sense of humor. Dude, that is not the place, man. That is not the place. It is actually disgusting. So that's my thoughts on that, dude. I think it's pretty rough that Disney has this. When you have that many employees, I mean, I guess you're bound to have some bad apples, but I think there's more than that going on. There clearly needs to be a whole quality control department that verifies every section of audio and video imaging to make sure this stuff isn't happening, especially when you already have a bad rap sheet like this, dude. Like, Disney's got the money, put in a quality assurance check, dude. A department that needs to verify every piece and ounce and inch of your content, dude. Terrible. Terrible, man. All right, well, let me know what you guys think about that one, man. Let me know if you got any top 10 lists you want me to check out. And I appreciate if you hung out this far, man. If you like the video, go ahead and leave it a like and subscribe. Let me know if you want more like this, all right? Appreciate it. Peace.